as you said, it's everything, right? Our instinct to protect is weaved in, as you said, it's a fractals, is weaved into everything. You see it from the conversation that someone has when they walk in to buy a coffee, right? A man walks in to buy a coffee,
Yes.
and it's not clear to maybe the average onlooker that there's a protection mechanism going on him. He doesn't want to be judged. He doesn't want to look stupid. He doesn't want to be embarrassed anyway. And maybe he goes in, he's kind of cold, and he goes, hey, can I get a macchiato? And barely looks at anyone, barely says anything, right? His protection there, I'm kind of bringing it down into like the really day-to-day level, because I see this with men. It's like the protection is he trying to protect his sense of self. He doesn't want to feel the feelings and emotions that make him feel lesser than. And to shield himself, he closes himself off to connection and interaction and feeling and emotion of other people. But that can feel like an attack when he's maybe communicating with other people, but it's actually his form of defense.
Yes, it can be interpreted that way, but may I add something to what you said?
Of course.
So on top of everything you said that's being protected, he's also protecting his energy and his time and his resources. And it's something women don't know. They don't know that men have an acute awareness of the passing of time and the spending of energy and the use or loss of resources. They're acutely aware. And a huge aspect of that, and this is a way that women are just like, what the heck? And this was oh my gosh, so many revelations since 1991. But I heard this, but I didn't actually experience at the physical level until about 10 years ago, that to care, for a man to care, that's your biggest expenditure of energy. It's your biggest expenditure, and that you're aware of how much energy it'll cost to care. So it shows up in the simplest interaction. Honey, do you want chicken or fish? I don't care. To a woman, that's unthinkable. How could you not care about that? Or things that men say they don't care about, we think you're too stupid to know you should care. You're too lazy to care. And no, I don't care means I'm unwilling to care. I'm not willing to care. I'm not going to invest my life force in chicken or fish. And what women also don't know, because we're so paying attention to your preferences, we can please you, is that what to you is obvious, which another way that you protect energy is the override. There's no point in stating the obvious. There's no point in stating the obvious. That's a waste of time and energy, stating the obvious. And it might even be insulting to state the obvious. So you guys don't finish this sentence. I don't care. Please yourself. That's the rest of the sentence. I don't care. Please yourself. So instead, we're all messed up by that you not telling me what you prefer when your intention is actually to free us up. Please yourself. Do whatever you want to do, hon. So, oh my gosh, and the instinct. So can I back up a little bit just in terms of how
Of course.
think of this? And some people may think, oh, I already heard this. If they watch or do the videos, you cannot engage with this too much. So as I've been unwinding this, and this really kicked in when we started providing programs for men, it's called Being an Extraordinary Man, was that there's a hierarchy of instinct. And the hierarchy is procreate, then protect, then provide. So what that means is there's a trump that happens. Can't even use that word the way we used to word. So procreate is always going to be the number one priority. Always, 100% of the time, it will overtake. And it overtakes protect. And you can see this in every species. Every species risks their lives in order to reproduce. A stallion is circling the herd, looking out for danger to protect the future of his seed until he smells a mare in heat. And then he goes insane. He's completely distracted. It doesn't matter. I mean, bring on the wolves. He's not gonna he's not gonna notice. And it's it's, oh gosh, I so want women to know this, that what we want men is to be in a state of provide, in a state of giving to us and take caring of us and looking out for us and making sure we don't starve and we're not eaten by the tiger. That's what we want the most. But that what we do unintentionally and sometimes intentionally is we do something that is perceived by a man as an attack, and it depends on what it's perceived as the attack is on. If she went out and blew a bunch of money on credit cards, the attack is on the financial well-being, right, of our future. And if she makes it personal, she says something like, "You're just like your father," right?
Uh-huh.
Like, it's, or why can't you be more like, right? A comparison to another
Mm.
person. And what did you do that for, right? So if it's perceived as a personal attack, now he's protecting himself. And which is what you were talking about before. He walks in, he's just looks like he's ordering coffee. He's protecting himself. When are men protecting themselves? Well, for sure, once they walk out the door. When they come out of their cave, they're protecting themselves. And even worse than that is if they have to protect themselves within the cave, because who they've let in to it. And it's just, it's instinctual, and which is both the good and the bad news. It's hardwired. It's hardwired. It's not going away. The good news is that means it's not personal. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with a man's compulsion to conceal anything that could be used against him, whether used against him in an attack or used against him in manipulating him to waste his time, money, or energy, right? Anything that could be used against him. And that's also like opens up this whole area that to the degree that a man perceives a threat is how present concealment is going to be. And one of the things that men taught me is the stronger you feel within yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, the fewer things occur as a threat, which allows you to be in the world authentically, allows you to be in the world open, receptive, connective, which women want to connect so desperately with men, both in a instinctual way and spiritually, because oh my gosh, we were made for each other, and we don't know, we keep causing what we don't want. And one of the ways which I talk about it a lot, because procreate is the first instinct, women instinctually appeal to men that way. We instinctually lead with sexuality in order to get you, in order to get your attention, which we think your attention will lead to affection. We don't know that those happen in two different domains. Affection does not happen in procreate. It doesn't happen there. It's not it's not instinctual affection. Affection is an expression of the heart, of the spirit, right? This is how, like, fundamentally, we keep bringing out the worst in men. We appeal to the most primal instinct, which is going to override protect. Ay, ay, ay. And for sure, all the ways we antagonize overrides provide, including providing connection, providing receptivity, providing affection, providing, like, women think men are incapable of being intimate. Your capacity for intimacy is phenomenal, but that's not going to happen in procreate or protect. it ain't ever going to show up there. Okay, can you see? I could go on and on, and I. Okay, might I say one more thing? We're going to say one more thing. I'm going to get to the point.
Of
I
course.
can get to the point. It's foolish for women to interpret concealment as there's something wrong with that person, that man especially. We do a different thing with conceal and reveal. So it's foolish to interpret it as personal, and it's also, I want to say ridiculous, but that's what my mother would always call me when I when my visionariness showed up, even as a child, what I thought was possible in the world, and started expressing it at 6 years old. Oh, don't be ridiculous. We make a huge mistake, both men and women. We make a huge mistake thinking we are entitled to honesty, that we are entitled to you revealing yourself. Instead of that, I've got to earn it. I've got to earn your revelations by demonstrating that I will not use them against you. I won't use them against you by recycling them, throwing them back in your face to have an impact. I won't use them against you to manipulate you. I won't use them against you to assume that means something that I can count on without talking to you about it. And I won't, and this is what women miss all the time, I won't reveal it to anybody else, which women are compelled to reveal the revelations to others in order to enhance their status. Look how special I am that he told me that. Instinct. It's a herd and pack instinct, and since we're both prey and predator, we're herd and pack animals.